Hello, everybody out there. It's your boy Lo, and all our movers out there. I am so glad and excited to have our guest today, Mr. Dennis McIntee. McIntee. When I tell you your life will be changed in these few minutes of nuggets that you're about to get, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Dennis McIntee, and we have a training company based out of Greenville. If you go to leadershipprocess.com, you can see all of our trainers and a lot of stuff we do. We work a lot with personal development, and what our research has shown is that the two reasons why organizations sort of hit a lid or people hit a lid is those either come out of system constraints or personal constraints. Mm-hmm. And so you've got to have a way or some kind of system to be able to break either a systems constraint or a personal constraint. And probably a lot of the viewers here, they're probably more interested in personal constraints. Yeah. And so with constraints, it's sort of like the first thing you got to do is you've got to find your blind spot.
Right.
You know, so you got to have some kind of awareness. And so a lot of our tools, they just give people awareness because, when I can see it, then I can change it.
Okay.
And so it's like awareness is a big thing.
Well, with that being said, let me ask you this. A lot of people say, well, what are the benefits of, like, let's say someone coming to you in your company versus just trying to read Who Moved My Cheese or something?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Here's the thing. This is what we found about development and about training. And there are three reasons why it doesn't work. And I always like to tell people this. That the first thing is that if you just look at leadership training as an event, and so if you just look at it as like a book, like usually what happens, like the great leadership book maybe that you just last read, or maybe Spencer Johnson's or something, if it's really good, you're going to underline it. But after you underline it, what do you do with it?
I close the book.
You close the book, you put it on the shelf, or you think, I'm going to tell somebody that one day.
I Facebook it.
Yeah, you Facebook it, right, exactly. But what if we were going, let's just take a simple thing like John Maxwell says a lot of times, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. Mm-hmm. Everybody talks about it, they say it. Well, what if I were just to sit down with you, Lo, and say, okay, Lo, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So this next week, what are you going to do to show people that you care? And how are you going to prove to me that you've shown people you care? And let's put a process together for you. And so that's the difference between, say, like reading a book and doing like a training program or a training process. Because whatever you don't have a process for, you never have power over. Mm. And so you have to have a process for your development. And another reason why it doesn't work is because there's no accountability. You read a book,
that's it.
There's no accountability. But if I were to hold your feet to the fire,
yeah. And
the truth is that change is a team sport. I mean, nobody's meant to change alone. You weren't created to change alone, and that's why relationships are so important. One of my favorite stories is it's found in the book of 2 Kings there in the Bible. The Bible's probably a great success book. But the story goes like it says, the sons of the prophet said to Elisha, "See now, the place where we dwell with you is too small for us." And so really the first part of the process is that you got to see, you got to become aware. You can't change anything that you're not aware. And so it's like all of a sudden these guys woke up and they said, "Whoa, we're too small. We're too little. We can be more. We can become more." Okay, so the first step is awareness. And so you have to have a way to get awareness. Okay. Now there's a lot of different ways you can do that. And you need relationships around you, speak truth into your life. There's different assessment tools that we use to kind of give awareness of what your talents are, what your passions are, what your skills are, what your style is. And so there's a couple different ways. So the first part is to get awareness. And then that story there in the second verse, it says, "And let us take every man a beam, and let us make a place where we may dwell." And so the second part of that is that you just take responsibility. And I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for the outcome. And so I'm responsible. So you become aware, you take responsibility. And then they told that prophet guy, they said, "We're not going to go unless you come with us." And so they got a relationship. Because your relationships kind of are that bridge to that next level. So you become aware, and then you take responsibility, and then you get the relationships. Mm-hmm. And see, because I tell people all the time, success it's pretty simple, just not real easy. It's like find out what you really, really want, find out who's done it. Because the truth is, somebody's already done anything you want to do.
Anything you
right?
Want to do.
And success always leaves clues. And so it's like find out what they did, find the price that they paid, find out what they had, and then just do it. And so it's awareness, responsibility, and some kind of relationship.
And once again, I want to reiterate that you did say that sometimes it doesn't come overnight.
Yes, it's kind of like the sowing and reaping.
Yes.
You know, you're gonna have to sow before you reap.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to give before you get. And it is a process. I mean, success is a process.
Yes. And just for our viewers to know, you've seen some of the most successful companies, businesses, people in your line of work, and you know, I know as far as believers and Christians, we sometimes think that God should lay it all out. You know, the blessings. We're blessed.
Yeah.
But blessings, in my opinion, and I'm asking you this, doesn't always equate for you being successful on a major plane. Isn't that correct, Ken? I mean, life, health, and strength, isn't that blessed?
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
for me to say I want to run a Fortune 500 company,
right,
doesn't, you know, necessarily constitute that God's just saying, oh yeah, that's your
that's good.
That's your thing.
I think for all of us, it's like we have to determine what success is. And in my view, success is my personal definition is it's accomplishing God's will for my life.
Okay.
You know, and one of my ideas of success are that the people that love me the most and know me the best still love and trust me. You know, success to me is when I'm doing a training and my wife is sitting on the front row taking notes, still laughing at the jokes.
Right.
You know, she knows I kicked the dog. She knows maybe I yelled at the kids the day before, and she knows me the best, but she still loves me. And I think it's real important, especially as Americans, is that, you know, as we climb this ladder of success, that it's like leaning against the right building. You know, and so just defining what success is, you know, it's you know, for me, it's my 17-year-old wants to travel with me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's success to me. You know, my kids love me. You know, and sometimes I think we've traded in this American dream, you know, for really,
What success truly is.
Yeah, what success truly is. Because success is really about the things that you can't buy. You know, true success is all about the things you can't buy. I mean, I can't buy my wife loving me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't buy my team, even though I make mistakes, they're still with me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't buy, you know, my friends. You know, they know me and they're still my friends.
Yeah. So I guess what we can, you know, share with our viewers is that there's a difference in wanting to be financially great and being successful.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you know, a lot of times I think we intertwine success with how much money we have.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, I'm sure you do, that making money is a whole nother...
It's a whole nother skill.
Yeah.
And it really is a skill. You know, I always remember, I mean, nobody ever lays on their deathbed and goes, man, I wish I would have made just those 5 more phone calls. Man, I wish I would have spent another couple hours at the office.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're laying on your deathbed, that's not the things they think about.
I don't want to give them too much. We really want them to plug into your website.
That'd be good.
We really want our movers. Let Dennis know that you came from rpmovement.net. He'll be very excited to see our movers hit his site up. Also,
Can I give him a free gift?
please.
All right, let's give you guys a free gift. If you go to leadershipprocess.com, there's a passion process. And it's a 2-page questionnaire that we just like to sew into. It's sort of the first step that we have in our coaching program, so that's for them.
Just for you, for being a mover, being an RP mover. And we want to thank you for even tuning in and watching this great, awesome interview and learning experience, I would like to say,
It's
from
fun.
my great friend Dennis. And we're going to tune into you next time. Until then, check out the website.
Goodbye. Thanks. Have a great day.
God bless.